Have you ever found yourself in a relationship where your partner seems distant, emotionally unavailable, or even secretive? If so, you might be dealing with someone who has an avoidant attachment style. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the world of avoidant partners and explore a question that many of you have asked. How do avoidants cheat? And why do they feel the need to keep in touch with multiple partners? It's a complex topic that touches on human psychology, emotional needs, and the intricacies of relationships. But don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll gain valuable insights that can help you understand not just avoidance, but also yourself and your relationships. So, let's get started. Understanding avoidant attachment. To truly grasp how avoidants cheat, we first need to understand what avoidant attachment means. People with this attachment style often grew up in environments where their emotional needs weren't adequately met. As a result, they develop a defense mechanism. They keep their distance from others to protect themselves from potential emotional pain. Imagine a child who reaches for comfort from their caregiver, but is consistently met with indifference or rejection. Over time, that child learns to suppress their emotional needs, believing that vulnerability is a weakness. This mindset follows them into adulthood, manifesting in relationships as an aversion to intimacy and a fear of being too close. Avoidants usually crave independence and personal space, but they still desire connection, just in a way that feels safe to them. This push-pull dynamic can lead to confusion and frustration for both partners in a relationship. When conflicts arise or when things get too intimate, avoidance may retreat, seeking solace in emotional detachment. This is where the potential for infidelity comes into play. The mechanics of cheating. So, how do avoidants cheat? It often starts with emotional unavailability. For avoidants, true intimacy can feel like a threat. They might find themselves drawn to multiple partners, not necessarily because they lack love for one person, but because they fear commitment and vulnerability. Having multiple connections can create a safety net. They can engage with different people while maintaining their emotional distance. Imagine this. You're in a relationship with an avoidant partner. They seem to vanish when things get serious, only to reappear when it's convenient for them. During their absence, they might be texting or meeting up with others, keeping their options open. This isn't always about physical cheating. Emotional cheating can be just as damaging. Avoidants may share their thoughts and feelings with someone else, creating a bond that feels safer than the one they have with their primary partner. Moreover, avoidants can justify their actions to themselves. They might tell themselves that they're not technically cheating if they don't have a committed label, or if they believe they're not truly invested in the primary relationship. This rationalization can lead to a slippery slope where boundaries are blurred and feelings become entangled. The need for connection. Despite their tendencies, avoidants still crave connection. They just express it differently. The need for intimacy is a fundamental part of being human. And for avoidants, this need can create internal conflict. They want to feel loved and desired, yet they fear the closeness that comes with it. This dilemma often leads them to seek out multiple partners, people who fulfill different emotional needs without demanding too much commitment. Think about it. If an avoidant feels overwhelmed by one partner's expectations, they might turn to another partner who offers a more laid-back dynamic. This isn't necessarily malicious, it's a coping mechanism. They may feel that they can keep their emotional walls intact while still enjoying the perks of companionship. This behavior can be particularly confusing for those on the receiving end. You might find yourself questioning your worth or wondering what you're doing wrong. In reality, it's not about you. It's about their inability to navigate their emotional landscape. The cycle of avoidance. Cheating and keeping in touch with multiple partners can create a vicious cycle for avoidance. When they feel overwhelmed by intimacy, they might cheat or engage with others as a way to regain control over their emotions. However, this can lead to feelings of guilt and shame, which can push them further into emotional withdrawal. Imagine a scenario where an avoidant partner cheats. They might experience a temporary thrill or sense of freedom, but soon after, they feel the weight of their actions. This guilt can lead them to pull away even more, creating a cycle that's hard to break. They might think, if I can't handle one relationship, how can I handle multiple? This internal conflict often results in more secrecy and further emotional distance. The irony is that while they may seek out multiple partners to feel less alone, their actions often lead to greater emotional isolation. This cycle can become a pattern, making it increasingly difficult for them to form healthy, lasting relationships. Breaking the cycle. Now you might be wondering, can avoidance change? The good news is that the answer is yes. Change is possible, but it requires self-awareness, commitment, and sometimes professional help. Avoidants need to confront their fears of intimacy and learn healthier ways to connect with others. For those in relationships with avoidance, it's essential to create a safe space for open communication. Encourage your partner to express their feelings without fear of judgment. Understanding their background and attachment style can help you navigate the complexities of your relationship. Therapy can also play a significant role. Many avoidants benefit from exploring their past experiences and understanding how these shape their current behaviors. With the right support, they can learn to manage their fears and develop deeper connections with others. On the flip side, if you're someone who has been hurt by an avoidant's actions, it's crucial to prioritize your own emotional well-being. Understanding that their behavior often stems from their attachment style can help you approach the situation with empathy. However, this doesn't mean you should tolerate harmful actions or disregard your own needs. Setting clear boundaries is essential, and if your partner isn't willing to work on their issues, it might be time to reassess the relationship. Consider this. While it's admirable to want to help someone you care about, you cannot change another person. They must be willing to face their fears and take responsibility for their actions. If they're not ready to do that, you may find yourself stuck in a cycle of hurt and disappointment. Signs you're in a relationship with an avoidant. Recognizing the signs of an avoidant partner can be the first step toward understanding the dynamics at play. Here are some common behaviors and traits to look out for. 1. Emotional detachment. They might seem aloof or uninterested during emotionally charged conversations. Avoidants often struggle to engage in discussions about feelings, preferring to keep things surface level. 2. Fear of commitment. If your partner frequently shies away from discussing the future of your relationship or reacts negatively to the idea of labels, they may have an avoidant attachment style. 3. Inconsistent communication. You might notice they go through phases of intense connection, followed by periods of silence. This push-pull behavior is a hallmark of avoidant attachment. 4. Rationalizing distance. Avoidants often justify their emotional distance by claiming they need space or that they're not ready for a serious relationship, even if they were the ones who initially pursued you. 5. Mayindasam. difficulty with vulnerability. They may find it hard to share personal thoughts or feelings, often shutting down when the conversation gets too deep or intimate. Recognizing these signs can help you better understand your partner's behavior, allowing you to determine what steps to take next in your relationship. Strategies for healthy communication. If you're navigating a relationship with an avoidant partner, adopting effective communication strategies can make a significant difference. Here are some approaches to consider. 1. Use I statements. Frame your concerns using I statements to avoid sounding accusatory. For example, say, "I feel lonely when we don't talk for days," instead of "you never communicate." 2. Be patient. It's crucial to remember that change won't happen overnight. Be patient with your partner as they navigate their feelings and work towards being more open. 3. Encourage small steps. Encourage your partner to express their feelings, even in small doses. Celebrate those moments of vulnerability, reinforcing the idea that sharing emotions can be safe and rewarding. 4. Set boundaries. Clearly communicate your needs and establish boundaries that protect your emotional well-being. It's important for both partners to understand what is acceptable and what is not in the relationship. 5. Seek professional guidance. Consider couples therapy to facilitate discussions around attachment styles. A neutral third party can help both partners feel heard and understood. Moving forward, if you find yourself in a relationship with an avoidant partner, remember that you're not alone. Many people experience the complexities of loving someone who struggles with emotional intimacy. By gaining insight into their behavior and understanding the underlying fears, you can better navigate your relationship. Take time to reflect on your own needs and desires. It's okay to prioritize your emotional health and seek relationships that fulfill you. If your partner is willing to work on their attachment issues, there's hope for growth and a deeper connection. If not, be honest with yourself about whether the relationship aligns with your long-term goals. In the end, love is about connection, growth, and understanding. Avoidants can learn to embrace vulnerability and develop healthier relationships, but it requires commitment from both partners. Remember, it's not just about avoiding pain, it's also about building a fulfilling, loving bond. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of avoidant attachment and infidelity. We hope this video has provided you with valuable insights into the complexities of relationships with avoidant partners. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our future videos. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Remember, understanding ourselves and our partners is the first step toward healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Until next time, take care and keep navigating your journey of love and self-discovery.